Assalamualaikum and very good morning to all. Thank you for joining our session today. This is the network security webinar series from 17 until 19 of October 2022 in conjunction with the World Standard Day and also IEEE Day. So for this day one, our topic is web security challenges and what we can do about it. So I'm your moderator for today's session. I'm Hazian Mamat from MIMOS Berhad, and we have our speaker today, Encik Norzakimi bin Zahari from Nexagate, which is the CTO for the Nexagate. Okay, this event is a free and open to all, and the e-certificate of attendance will be provided to all participants, and there also will be a quizzes with interesting prizes to be won at the end of every session. So this webinar actually co-organized by Malaysian Technical Standard Forum Berhad, MTSFB, IEEE Malaysia Communication Society and Vehicular Technology Society Joint Chapter, ComSoc and VTS Joint Chapter, and also IEEE Computer Society Malaysia. Okay, so we will go through our expert speaker biodata. So Encik Norzakimi with 20 years of cybersecurity experience, leads Nexagate Offensive Security Department as a Chief Technology Officer to deliver security assessment services and expanding into new services that enables IR 4.0 like IoTs and cloud security. He holds several information security credentials, including Certified Information System Security Professional, CISSP, Certificate of Cloud Security Knowledge, CCSK, and ISMS ISO Lead Auditor. Having balanced view in supporting clients to meet technical and compliance security requirements. His previous tenure in Scan Associate as one of the co-founders, including spearheading the Security Consulting Services Group and Security Operations Center, and served with the company till it was publicly listed in 2006. In Nexagate, Encik Norzakimi leads the Technology Service Division to deliver security assessment services and solutions, helping clients meet information security requirements and guidelines like the ISMS ISO IEC 27001-2013 and GPIS 1 by Bank Negara. Since then, he has served clients from various verticals, including bank, FSI, MBSB, Agrobank, public sector, KDN, JPN, JPPPM, and others. Also, utilities like TMB, GLCs, EPF, KWAP, and others, MNRB. During the MCO, he transformed the service delivery to be conducted remotely, enabling Nexagate to expand and serve clients in Singapore and also Philippines. Currently, he's leading the Nexagate OS team to deliver security assessment service to clients. So, without further ado, we would like to welcome our expert speaker today, Encik Norzakimi, to the stage to deliver his speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Dr. Hazian, and thank you for the audience for attending this session. I'll take your time around 45 to 50 minutes to go through the topic that I have I have a pleasure to present for today. My topic will be the web security challenges and what we can do about it. As you know, Dr. Hazian have introduced me in the lengthy form, and then this is my profile, my biodata regarding to my expertise, or perhaps I should say, the breakfast of mine, day in and day out, what I've been doing for the last 20 years. And Alhamdulillah, I'm still surviving in this arena, or in this industry. I've been in love with this industry for many years, since I should say, undergraduate days, and till now I've been serving the industry with my knowledge related to information security. Okay. Now, what will I share for today is for the audience to see and to regard what do you have, or what is the insight of current threat and current threat landscape and trend that being evolved and revolved within IT security or information security. And then I would like to share with you how to make sure that we are resilient as a user, with the related approach to protection. There are many ways to protect ourselves within uh, within the area of information security. The only thing is that whether you are doing it right, or perhaps you need to improve certain things within what you have been taught about. That will be something that I will share with you by end of this section. And then I just wanted to share with you, in the compressed way, the security practices or practice to protect ourselves and our information. Let's just go through with my next presentation, or the crux of the matter. The current security issues that we have seen this year, or perhaps in many years before, 900 918, or perhaps more than that, we have gone through with MCO, or MCO have make our life in different form. Meaning to say, we have seen so many changes. The dynamics of things have changed, and then the way we are interacting have changed as well. And then that's where the the we should say, the evil person, or the one that would like to suck you dry, or perhaps to manipulate us for their advantages, are putting a high gear towards to make sure they get whatever they wanted from you, and then to make sure you are the best victim ever for their agenda. If you can see in this statistic, actually this statistic from my cert this year for 2022, if you can see, the longest bar in every month is the bar that relate to fraud. And fraud have been never fraud are there to stay, and people are getting frauded every now and then. Even as I speak, there are fraud in progress, and this is something that we cannot stop. However, we need to understand that with the spectrum of fraud, and the way that the modus operandi that been thrown in, that allow us to get frauded, there are ways of us protecting ourselves and our information that we been dealing with from time to time. Now, if you can see, or perhaps if you see this, it's quite worrying. From the from January itself till September, fraud uh, seem to be consistent as far as the value is concerned. And how do we get about it? Let us go through another slide of mine. This is where I extract it from one of the report. Sorry, by the name of Cyber Threat Defense Report. This is from Cyber Edge. There are companies that sponsoring and being advocated themselves into this report. They make this report, and then they put this report for us to consume. If you can see, the concern of cyber threat is always these three item of these three issues. First, the malware. Second, the encounter evil, and then the second one is ransomware. And I just wanted to let you know, or the audience knows, whichever things they are regarding to the cyber threat, they are there to stay. They won't leave from the world anytime sooner. It might get intense, or it got much slower from one point to another. And we can see, if since that will be the case, let us go through one by one the main concern of the cyber threat. First, the malware and ransom attack. Malware and ransom attack, I believe, if most of us understand, or perhaps are well versed about it. Malware is all about the malicious code that inserted in the application or program, and the ransomware is all about it. It have a similar attribute. The only differences is that the ransomware will make your devices inaccessible unless you pay the handsome ransom in order for you to get the key to unlock your devices. And the malware is all about distracting your infrastructure, distracting your devices, or especially the data that resided in your devices. So it have a differences between these two. Malware is all about distraction. Ransomware is about encrypting your, or perhaps that make that make your devices inaccessible unless you pay for it. Now, this is I believe whoever they are that are watching right now, they might have one or two times, or perhaps if you have not seen this in your within your computer monitor, or perhaps your laptop screen, then that will be good. Or else you can feel the pain once when you see this kind of screen. This is from Re-Evil ransom notes. It cropping out once you get infected by their ransomware, and then from this ransomware you need to pay a handsome price in order for you to get back your devices. However, bear in mind, there is always chances that you won't be able to get back your devices. Uh, the people that doing this, they are targeting the money and the money alone. Sometimes when you pay the handsome price to get your device unlocked, they will just leave you. They will hang you high and dry, uh, without without you knowing that they have left to somewhere else, without letting you unencrypted, without you having the key to unlock back your devices. Fine. Now, this is one of the major cases recently. Even though it was back in 2021, this ransomware attack have been infecting the one of the major pipeline operation in the US, and then it allowed the attacker to take to grant access or full access towards the operation of this major pipeline. And Alhamdulillah, nothing went bad after that. We are not so sure, or perhaps I'm not so sure whether the major pipeline company did pay or otherwise to the ransomware sender. And this is just an any this is there was only an eye opener towards this kind of incident. Just imagine if somebody taken care of our power grid, you have no power supply towards your infrastructure. It's okay if it were to be home-based business, you might need to worries about that. You just imagine if there is power shortage or power cut towards a industry as critical as hospital, and then as critical as um, oil and gas. And when you do not have this kind of a main thing that to churn the business out, that will be it will be very much dangerous, so to speak. And then this is a ransomware attack statistic. We can see uh, ransomware attack is a business, period. Meaning each and every year they try to garner, they try uh, to increase or perhaps to make many folds over towards their profitability, or perhaps I should say their revenue. If you can see on this screen, from 2018 up to 2020, this is the latest one. I do not have the 2021 yet. The cost of ransomware attack is around 20 billion USD. This is in USD. This is covering throughout the world. The cost of ransomware attack and the losses that company incurred during each and every attack. Meaning to say, this is an accumulated value instead of one value for a company. And from this statistic, we know that this is a good business. However, this is we call it as a dark side business or underground business, whereby it is something that is not legit, or it's so-called illegal businesses, so to speak. And again, from us, or from our point of view, ransomware is a nuisance in a way, and from the sender, from the attacker, it's their main business, day in and day out. And then let's talk about account takeover. Uh, Account takeover is something that is pressing at this point of time, and we have seen account takeover many times in during the MCO period. And the last one that we have seen, which is quite disturbing, whereby account takeover are so prevalent that uh, even the highest C level, the C level, I should say, the chief technology, chief executive officer, or perhaps chief marketing officer, are the most prone personnel that will undergo this attack. Meaning to say, they always being they always being the main target of this attack. So what does this account takeover does, or what kind of things that this account takeover uh, try to realize is, they just wanted to have your login name and password, and then to have the detail of this kind of information. And this kind of information are so valuable for them, so that they can use your login and ID uh, uh, during the night, or perhaps during your sleep time, or perhaps your busy day, for them to come on board to whichever site that you have your login name and password in, and then they just go in and do whatever transaction they are. And then I just wanted to share with you, account takeover is so prevalent. We have seen that a company that a quite rich company, or perhaps I should say uh, their business is good, uh, being being the victim of account takeover. And this is something that we have expected even earlier. What really happened is that, um, when account takeover when account takeover need to take place in the first place, something need to happen first. And the first thing that happened in this company is that they allow people, their internal personnel, install a pirated version of a software. And from there, this pirated version sniff out all the traffic within their infrastructure, and then they get each and every important personnel login in and ID. And then what happened is that they use this ID to mimic, or to have to mask in, and to go into their system, uh, to not to try to allow people to trust them, and then to hijack the most important conversation, where it it consists of submitting a forgery or a forged invoice to a different bank account, and then uh, from from this kind of incident, what happened to the company? They lost around quarter million due to this account takeover. It seems like weird, or perhaps it seems like, does this really happen in this world at this point of time? My answer is yes. This is due to the fact that, like I say to you, there is always reason for people need to use a legitimate software, and did not use a software that been downloaded anywhere around the world, especially in from the un, unknown uh, unknown website, or perhaps underground website that served by some other software, which is uh, which is the torrent website and equivalent site of the one that I have mentioned earlier. So this kind of things that we need to remember. Uh, People are, if not people, the a setup really into you, a company that serve this kind of ransomware is really into you to get your information, to see what information are transferred within the network or within the infrastructure, and then what kind of information that is being used internally, so that they can garner more and more information that make that information as a PII, or personal identifiable in identifiable information, and they can derive things up and make something out of it. There are so many information that are flying around day in down day out, as we speak. I believe few thousand terabyte information are flying from one point to another to serve the purpose. Now, if you can see the screen, I shared with you there are three things that really makes a account takeover even worse. First is data breach. Data breach usually happen at the different back end. It can happen in the services that we have businesses with, especially if you were to have subscription with the telco. I mean, you need to pay bills with the energy company, and perhaps if you have your information in the government agency. Data, if data breach were to happen, they can suck, or perhaps I should say, they can just copy what information they are, from their server end to their end, and then there you go, the attack will begin after that. And then login phishing, just what happened to the company that I have mentioned earlier. The login phishing, this is where people need to be very well aware what is the real website looks, how does the real website look, or perhaps how does the fake, or the counterfeited, not to say counterfeited, the I should say the fake website looks. There's so many type. If you can remember, or perhaps you are into it, reading the cybersecurity news day in and day out. Recently, there is a new MO towards installing, asking a new user installing an app that need to be downloaded from the site loading method. So what happened? This is where the login phishing comes in. They can sniff each and every boxes they are in the apps, and then they can gather all the information from the login name and password, login, we call it text box, and then they just keep it to themselves, and then once you log it out, and then they just use it to log in into the real website. And then login theft with the via malware. This is one of the reason that uh, the the company that I have mentioned to you fell into the prey, fell down as a prey, due to the fact that they just install whatever they want, uh, uh, the original software, the fake software, without thinking about this kind of risk or impact that might happen, or that might hamper them in the future. Right now, this is one of the snapshot where your data in bulk and mass, I should say, being sold to the public. This is there are around 800,000 users that worth the size of around 67 gig, and then it asking around 2,000 USD. So it's around like what, 9,000 now, or perhaps less, a little bit lesser than 10k 10k Malaysia, and it just wanted uh, the payment need to be made in BTC or in Bitcoin or whatever equivalent to the Bitcoin value at that point of time. And this data is a new goal due to the fact that once you have a data, you are king of the hill. You know much more information compared to the rest of your competitor, and then you can do many things or many wonderful things in order for you to get whatever you wanted. And when data is a new goal, most of the um, company that we are subscribing their service is known to have our data. And then this is where we just need to remember, whichever that we have shared out, that will be there forever. We might not be able to say, hey, look, you need to keep it to protect it from your end, because, well, they can do whatever they wanted to to be. The only thing that sometimes that not to say sometimes they need to abide to is the PDPA, the Personal Data Protection Act, whereby any personal data that they are accountable to store within the organization required certain protection by law. Right. Now, this is quite common. If your data or account take over, taken place, you can see the sign in attempt that might be blocked, or perhaps there are things that people can see. Hey, look, somebody is logging to your system or to your account. Whoever they are, we have no idea. We just know that the position or the specific place they are. Not It's not a precise place. It's a specific place that the system able to triangulate and to make sure that things are being resolved from the IP that been given in the logging in the logging information. Now, these two, there is issues regarding to these two, the malware part, the account takeover part. Even though it sounds like, okay, what can we do? um, like malware, the ransomware, it will be there for many years, and then it will continue for many years with a different MO, with a different way of doing things. And then from our personal level, what can we do? And the most important thing that we can do is to have these three items, or three actionable items that we need to take care on a priority basis. The first one will be protecting your endpoint. The second one, to manage your password and 2FA. 2FA stands for two-factor authentication, and then understanding on phishing attack. These three actionable items are interwoven to each other, interrelated to each other, and it serve a same priority from one item to another. And first, let's go through one by one, and let me show you what that I have been doing, or been taking care of this action item for myself. Now, on the protecting endpoint, what we can do is that we just need to make sure that our endpoint is protected in order for us to have a peace of mind during our day in and day out job. Some people couldn't be bothered about protecting endpoint when they have the Windows update. They couldn't be bothered to get it updated, and then that's quite dangerous. One way to see this is that every day there is new vulnerability that been qualified as a critical, high, medium, or low, with the rating of the one that I have mentioned just now. And then once a producer or perhaps manufacturer like Microsoft, Apple, Google, or whomever they are that have a software that install in your infrastructure or in your devices, you are you are you need to take care this as a priority things during your in your in your life, so to speak, because I have seen people just let the update going on or left unattended for many days, and they couldn't be bothered about it, and it's quite disheartening, so to speak, because each and every security uh, security update that been released, it comes with a risk if you are not we are not taking care of it. And then that would be one. And then another one, if you are most of you are using security a standard one, a Windows Defender within your infrastructure or within your setup system, you what you need to do is to just to make sure you update you your keep your system or your, I should say, your definition file towards what we call that, towards the latest update ever, and don't leave it as don't leave it hang and high and dry without getting updated, because like I say, each and every update will bring uh, a new improvement, a new solution for the current problem, or from the problem that you are having, or the people are having out there, as far as regarding, I mean, that regarding to the security of your devices, right? And then the second one, since I believe some of you are using Mac as well, you have your software update, just make sure you get it updated as and when needed, or perhaps as it being released from the manufacturer. uh, Even though we know that Mac have a very less chances to get infected with malware or perhaps ransomware, it have still there are chances to for it to have to happen, even though the chances is at 1%, for like what I can't remember the figure of it. There is always a chances of 1 to 2% uh, of the user to be infected by the malware or by the ransomware. It's just that the manufacturer of this kind of attack are not they're not into spending too much time for this kind of for this kind of operating system, because it's a hard work, it's a hard lift, and then they might as well just go and attack a different infrastructure, just like uh, Microsoft Window or whichever equivalent to that, right? Now let's go through to the managing password. I believe most of us have their favorite password. You might be able to understand how you memorize your password, and you have a skill to memorize your password. And a question: what is your length of your password that you've been using at this point of time for each and every login they are? 7, that's 2 week. 8, weaker ever. 9, sounds good and not strong enough. The answer for that, since I cannot lead the guy, I cannot get your feedback on a real time basis. Let me answer my question. The best string length of a password now is 16 characters. Mix and match with the numbers, with the uppercase and lowercase, and then you need to have the obviously the text, the special characters, and combine into 16 character of length as your password. And if ever you have a skill to remember this password, 16 character for each and every login page they are, you are just amazing. Other than that, you need help. You really need help. Instead of storing all the login information in the note apps, which is highly inadvisable or highly not recommended, you need to have something that you can rely on. As what I'm using, I'm not affiliate towards this kind of product. I'm just advocating that you need to have uh, a password manager. Currently, I'm using one password, which is very good. It can store many password there are, and this is one of the I should say uh, the best and a very secure method for you to store your password. And it can store to many thousands there are of site that you can keep in this one password vault. And bear in mind, it's a subscription based, and you need to subscribe it on yearly basis. It worth the investment. Why should I say investment? This is due to the fact that uh, it served my purpose to protect the most precious thing for me to live in this uh, electronic world, which is my login name and password. Me myself, I cannot, I cannot remember. I might be able to remember like what 3 to 4 password of mine. Other than that, I just store it in the vault of one password. And I've been using one password since 1.0. Now the version is going up to 8. I remember, was it 8.1? I might be above than that. And it served me well. It served me good. And then, Alhamdulillah, there's there is no attempt to steal or perhaps to break into the vault of my one password. Why? Now, if you feel that subscription based are not your main thing, or you want to you want to take a baby steps into managing your password, you still have your choice. This is Bitwarden. Bitwarden is still regarded among the best, even though it cannot compete head to head with one password. And bear in mind, I'm just advocating the way of storing a password. I'm not selling it, or perhaps I'm not affiliated with them. As for Bitwarden, it's a freemium. You can use it for free, and if you wanted to have some other better features, advanced features that you can use it in your vault, you can pay around 10 USD per year. Compared to one password, it costs you around 50, 53, or perhaps make it 60 USD per year. And it's your choice. It whatever serve your purpose, as what you are doing at this for what you are doing at this point of time. Uh, that will be good. And then again, I always advocate my student, perhaps my client, to start invoking or start involving themselves, or start um, going into another layer of protection where you need to establish a multi-factor authentication for your login, in order for you to know whether your login or the site that you are using now, uh, um, I should say, supporting a 2FA mechanism. You can use this website, 2fa.directory/int. You go there, and then you can search for whichever service they are that serve the purpose for you to get 2FA mechanism installed. This is when I check what or the one that I've been using at this point of time. I'm using Microsoft Office, and then I have verified that Microsoft Office, or perhaps Office 365, the brand name that they use, and they going back to Microsoft 365. They supported the 2FA mechanism based on SMS, the phone call, email, as well as software token. And the one that I have really enjoyed using it is the software token. And this is the software token that Microsoft have released, and um, you can install it, or perhaps you can get it from the App Store or Google Play Store by the name of Microsoft Authenticator. And then if you can, once you get the authenticated, you can verify the additional security of yours in the desktop of the Office 365. You can see once the two-step authentication status being changed to on, you are good to go. And this effort alone for you to manage your password, change your login, not to change your login, enable your login with the 2FA mechanism will make your life even better, and you don't have to break your head to just hope, pray and hope that your login, or perhaps your account won't be compromised in the future. If you can see, so there are so many incidents that uh, uh, people without 2FA, their account being taken over by the by whoever they are out there, and you cannot get it back. And fortunately, there is always way of doing things. There is always a solution towards this kind of problem, which is a very simple. You just need to make sure you'll be able to change your way of doing things in the future. Now, again, on the one that I have written at the front, there are three, right? And then this will be the last one, the phishing attack, understanding of phishing attack. A phishing attack is always about doing things that you are not being capable of processing it at that point of time. Sometimes you receive an information that you might thought that, okay, this is from my staff, from my MD, or from the higher level at which is I need to respond. Usually it will brew up your emotion and will take your curiosity level to the maximum, and there is always way that this kind of email that you really wanted it to reply it as soon as possible. That would be one. The second one, the URL are very much uh, lookalike, or we call it as a typo quoting URL. And the typo quoting URL usually have a similarity with the this with the we call it as a popular URL. Example given, we know google.com is google.com, and for the typos quoting URL is a g00gle.com. That would be the example of typos quoting um, URL. And then usually they have a fake document. The most popular uh, the most popular attachment is a fake document of PDF, and then the offer usually too good to be true. Nobody would like to give you a few million, they a few million in an email, or in a transfer, transfer of fund from somewhere in the deep of Africa. There's no logic at all. There is no way people will do that. Nowadays, people going through the toll road, they also refuse to pay, and then you are so lucky that that some of the prince are out there in the remote jungle of Africa would like to offer you like 20 million USD. No way. Let be. And then it required the phishing attack usually require you to respond immediately. That's for sure. They just wanted you to really embroil with your emotion at that point of time, and then they just wanted you to, hey, look, click this. Then that's where the problem starts. This is phishing. Let me give example. This is a very good example by Google. You can have it have a trial on this to see whether you're prone to phishing attack or otherwise. You can see you might um, receive this kind of email before. um, Somebody who you have no idea their whereabout, sharing you something that related to your work area with the department budget, and then the email, the recipient are very much suspicious. We're using a suspicious email, and you never accounted before. And then the link down below, it looks like a real link. It might be not. And just imagine if you were to click on this link, you might fall prey to that. Fine. So this is the one that you need to take care about. And then let me before I end, I just wanted to share a bonus with you, the do and don'ts when you're attending an online meeting. An online meeting, this is common for the last many months, since 18th of March 2020. We are very much fatigued towards this. We are more than happy to see people out there, and so am I. And there are way for you to make sure that you are safe when attending the online meeting. I will share with you now. There are four things that you need to remember when attending an online meeting. Make sure you know who the guest user are. Sometimes you have your audience, a big huge enough audience that you have no idea who is this guy jumping into the studio, or perhaps in the meeting room, without you knowing their first name, or perhaps their names in the first place. And be careful on that. You never know whoever they are that being inserted, or that being invited into the meeting room. This because why what is this important? This is due to the fact that they might somebody that have the link, that are not authorized, and they are not authorized for them to get in. That there are many ways of doing things now. Yeah. And then if you were to share sensitive information within the screen, you just need to remember, you are when you share it, that's about it. People can snapshot it, people can record it, people can do whatever thing necessary towards whatever you have shared earlier. Just like what we have now, people are taking picture, taking videos at the place that we never ever thought before. And when you share the sensitive information, if that information it meant for the audience, that would be good. If you share sensitive information to the wider audience, just bear in mind, be careful about that. And then you can upload the sensitive document towards a hosted third party, as what we're having at this point of time. If you are very competent in using Microsoft Team, or perhaps Team will be the main one. You can share your document, your PowerPoint, into the drive of theirs, and anybody that being allowed to access that drive, they will able to get the content of the drive out. So they need to see whichever that are there, people can access that. So you might need to be very careful. And then the most important thing, the last one from me for today, be be aware and remember, when you are having this kind of session, this electronic session, an online meeting or online forum, everything can be recorded, with or without the record button from the application. In Windows, you can use the uh, if I can remember correctly, the Windows G. Then you can record the screen of uh, the monitor. And then if you were to use Mac OS, like what I'm using at this point of time, you can install very tiny apps like, if I'm not mistaken, Shorter can do that. Then you can just get it recorded as long as you want. Shouldn't be a problem with that. And when things are get recorded, every single word they are will be evidence that meant for you. If you were to share something critical or perhaps a sensitive information, then there you go. People will have that in the recording form, right? All right. Thank you very much for your time. I have true to my word. Now it's 11:54. I pass back the mic to Dr. Hazian. Thank you very much. Wallahu alam.
Okay, thank you very much to our speaker, Norzakimi, for very informative and great knowledge sharing with us today. So I'm sure that all the participants today have benefited from the program. And then I just to get a reminder to all participants to take a look on the bottom of the screen. There is a link for the registration and also the e-certificate. Please fill up the link and then you will get the e-certificate and also the link for the quizzes with the good prizes. Okay, and then so now there is a question, okay, from the participant. Okay, from Zalisham Jali. What do you think about at least three random password, which is I suka bodoh, Pajulah suka tu negara for the example. So
Mhm.
Zakimi.
Three random words selalunya kita pakai word yang never been established in the dictionary. Faham maksud saya? Maksud dia macam GA, ZY, and then kalau katalah macam suka tu, we can change to SKAET, something like benda yang not in the form of established, yang dah established in the dictionary. And then bila kita nak buat this kind of password, we call it as benda password yang kita boleh ingat dengan mudah. We usually have the dash in between the word. Maksud dia saya, dash suka, dash bodoh, then ada, lepas tu majulah sukan untuk negara. There is always a dash in between the word. The only thing yang dua contoh ni is not recommended lah, because step satu tu satu word tu, perkataan tu dah ada establishment dalam dictionary. They have kept the dictionary for the brute force process. Kalau mereka dapat your kita panggil your string yang ada dalam password tu. Yeah.
Okay. So I hope that that answer our question to the participant. Okay, the next question is from Abu Talha. The question is, once we download or install scammer apps, the scammer will get our bank tag and everything. So, is there any way to counter that?
Well, there's no way to counter that. That will be the the brutal answer that I can give. The only thing that we can that we need to remember, whichever apps yang you need to install it based on sideload apps, meaning it's not available in Play Store ataupun App Store apps, that would be regarded as the apps you are not recommended to install, unless you know what you're doing. Unless you're a researcher, you're doing the pen testing, the mobile app pen test, then yep, you can do that. Or else, mana-mana apps yang datang daripada luar these two repository, just abaikan. Sebab apa? Let me give you a little bit of information. Once bila kita install the scammer app, we call it as a sideload apps. The sideload apps usually come with all the detail in the binary in the app itself. Dia dah sniff setiap satu daripada text box yang ada tu, and then they allow we allow the apps to read from many permission they are, daripada contact, daripada SMS, daripada video, daripada kamera, daripada mic. Jadi once we give it to them, to this app, it meant that this device ni dia punya. Jadi once we allow that to happen, then there goes, tak ada apa yang kita boleh protect anymore.
So maybe
Itu jawapan saya.
yeah, okay, saya boleh tambah sikit lah mungkin the thing that you can do if you apa ni, know that you have been scammed, maybe you can contact your bank, yeah, for immediate apa ni, seize of the account and everything lah. Then you can do lah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Usually saya akan nasihatkan all the one that attend my my talk macam ni, in order for us to get protected, whichever apa-apa transaction you nak pakai, don't use your ATM card that attach with your bank account yang ada gaji you. Meaning to say you get a prepaid debit card. Ini prepaid debit card, I just give an example macam Maybank MAE is a debit prepaid card. You just kena bayar like RM8 setahun. Jadi what you can do, this is the only spending card you ada selain daripada credit card yang you ada. Simpan the debit card yang attached dengan your bank account tu elok-elok. Never allow that to be registered over the internet. Just register the prepaid bank account, prepaid debit card tu. Kalau kata you nak do any transaction, just transfer daripada debit card tu kepada prepaid card and then spend on the prepaid card. If your prepaid card were to be scam ataupun were to be compromised, dia hanya boleh makan banyak tu je.
Yes.
Or else kalau dia makan daripada you punya debit card yang attached to your bank account, there you go. Nak nangis pun tak boleh dah. Itu dia.
Maybe sama dengan Touch and Go e-wallet, is it?
Betul. Yeah. Sama.
Yes.
That would be the main things sekarang ni. Dia ada e-wallet, jadi dia ada e-wallet sama dengan card. Jadi there are many products yang ada. So stick one or two products yang serve your purpose. That's about it. Lain-lain tu kalau you have intent to macam to collect points ke apa, that will be different things.
Okay. While waiting for others question, so okay, this is my question lah to Cik Norzakimi. What do you think if we use the public Wi-Fi service, actually, especially in a hotel or in the public areas? So if we do the bank transaction or logging to the social media account, so what's your suggestion for us to protect our credential and everything? Do we need to clear the cookies, change the password after using the service, or what your suggestion?
Usually kalau katalah for me, for any banking transaction, saya tak galakkan untuk orang gunakan this public Wi-Fi for any banking transaction. And then even you are desperate to do that pun, get a better solution, mungkin move around a bit, pergi ke tempat yang ada signal for your mobile, then do the transaction. Because for me, kita tak tahu apa we're dealing with. We are not, bukan kita tak percaya dengan pihak hotel. The only thing we just need to protect ourselves. If everything were to happen, then dia pun boleh kata, no, we have no idea. Kita pun tak tahu. Ni mungkin ada third party yang install dan sebagainya. Then, then satu lagi, kalau katakanlah you untuk social media dan sebagainya, if you have any intent to log in into this kind of public Wi-Fi, make sure you login in and password tu, dan juga whichever login yang you pakai with the public Wi-Fi itu are protected with the 2FA yang saya mention tadi. This in case kalau katalah they manage to get your login and password, they not be able to get your 2FA punya punya number,
Yes,
then
right.
you're still safe.
Mhm.
So that will
Okay.
be the third one, the third part yang that still save us from all these nuisance of
Yeah,
hacking
yeah.
ni lah.
Mhm. Okay. I think that's all the question from the participant. So
Okay.
thank you very much to Cik Norzakimi for the nice sharing today. And
Sama.
hopefully we can see again in the next future webinars and maybe face-to-face
Yeah,
session.
thank you. Terima kasih,
Okay.
Doktor.
Okay.
Alright.
And then to all participants, we have for the second day we have uh, topic increasing network visibility for enhanced network security monitoring, which is been the speaker is Dr. Muhammad Faiz bin Muhammad Zaki from with the moderator Dr. Farhan from the UTM. And for the Wednesday, we have cloud security will be championed by the expert Mr. Azlan Muhammad from MTSFB, and will be moderated by Mr. Muhammad Taib. Okay, so hopefully you get benefited from today's session, and then please key in the registration and also the quizzes that we have in the bottom of the screen. So Alhamdulillah, that's all for the today's session. So see you tomorrow and for the Wednesday session. Okay, thank you very much to all.
Sebelumnya hari ini merupakan hari yang penuh